Yeah, buddy. Alright, so now we got viewers. I don't know what's going on with YouTube, but YouTube is definitely screwing stuff up. They won't allow me to do anything. And I just had to go through pretty much like a back door just to get this one here going. So I don't know what is going on with YouTube, but it's jacked up for some reason. In fact, I'm still trying to finish setting stuff up. Melissa, yeah, buddy. Casey says, what's up, Al? Stephen Welch, what's going on, guys? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Just bear with me a minute, guys. I'm just trying to fix all this crap that YouTube... Man, this is all jacked up. Wow. I can't believe how bad this is. Bear with me just a minute, folks. Hello, Melissa. When are you going home? Are you home yet with the kids? We got to find Miss Zoe. Casey Fuller coming in with the $10 push. Look at you, he says, Mr. Clean. Thank you for your support, Casey. I appreciate you, buddy. Always supporting Trucker L. Well, have I got some news for you guys? You guys are going to love this. Supposed to be home on Monday, she says. All right. I can't even get to the videos. This is horrible. Even that, the super chat is even late. Yeah, I can't do nothing. Right, so we're gonna have to figure out YouTube. I spent all this time updating this computer the last couple of days, and of course, the moment I'm ready to go live, YouTube screws it up. So kudos to you, YouTube. You're doing you're doing wonders for me. All right, so little bit of what's going on. Trucker Al is losing his medical card. It was supposed to be as of tomorrow. And then I got a phone call this morning saying that the doctor that is going to be working on everything is out, and that I'll get a phone call on Monday. So, I have a little bit of a situation going on medically. It's not a little situation. It's a situation I've been dealing with for 23 years. But it seems like the older I get, the worse this gets. So there is a probably 98% chance that I am going to be out on permanent disability. If it turns out she pulls this medical card, my truck driving days are over in real life. However, we have American Truck Simulator. Sitting at a travel stop in Ohio, says Melissa. Off the 80, driving to Illinois. After a while, load has to be there at like 7 a.m. Lovely. So, that's a quick rundown of what's going on with me. Over for now, Billy says. I don't know. If the doctor pulls my medical card, then I'm looking at permanent disability. And if that's the case, then no, it's over for good. I mean, there's nothing else I can do. Can't drive without a medical card. So, that's kind of the way that the doctors are leaning, is that I'm going to be out pretty much for good. I'm still trying to wrap my head around the whole thing. I do understand where they're coming from. However, I have been able to fight the doctors for 23 years. And why am I having such troubles with it now? You know what I mean? I do understand that things are getting worse. And, it's probably safer not only for me, but for everybody in the motoring public. However, it's still a hard pill to swallow, if you know what I mean. So, but I've been home for a few days. Your trucking career is like a Wolverine. No matter how bad it is, you can come back. Well, yeah, but if you can't pass a DOT medical, what are you going to do? Home or not trucking anymore, says Trucker P. I'm at home, and as of right now, I'm not allowed to truck drive anymore. If you just are now coming in, my doctors are pulling my DOT medical card. And from my understanding, it's a permanent thing. If it becomes permanent, then there's probably a 99.9% chance that I'm going to be on permanent disability. Kenworth Rider, what's going on, buddy? Oh, glad YouTube has finally pushed this video out. So, well, like I said, we got American Truck Simulator, and we're going to focus on that for now. So, I have updated a lot on American Truck Simulator. I just bought a Payware graphics file last night, JBX Graphics. If you guys have American Truck Simulator or you guys play this on a regular basis, check out JBX Graphics. It is payware, just a heads up. You do have to pay for it. But big difference, big difference. So, I also changed the color of the trucks. They're all like this candy apple reddish color. Painted all the trailers to match it. And I ended up evening out the numbers as far as how many trucks versus how many drivers that I have hired. So, nice large car. Yeah, buddy. Your health is important, says Derek. Yeah, it's really my own fault, guys. I mean, I'm not a go to the doctors every time I get the sniffles type person. And it's just, I hope you can get the physical body. You're a trucker, man, not a homebody. Yeah, tell me about it. But from what I hear, I'm going to have to learn how to become a homebody. But if I can't be a trucker in the real world, I'm going to be a trucker in this one. So, the other thing is I bought a new Mac on the game. Carson Street TV Trucking. Hey, Trucker Al. What's going on, Carson? How you doing, buddy? So, we just picked up this load here. I tried doing the video a few minutes ago, but for some reason YouTube wouldn't push it out. So I ended up restarting it here after we got loaded. Billy says, what's wrong with you? Billy, I'm not going to get into details here on YouTube. So, we just picked up this load here. We're in Colorado. Now, Colorado's the new state that American Truck Simulator came out with. So, we're going to be able to get to see Colorado. And then this one here is going out to San Fran. What you have? Corona? No. If I had Corona, I'd be back to work in a couple of weeks.
There are those who would like to see you fail in your journey. That's not going to happen on my watch. Let's go.
So there's another update. We got voice navigation GPS now. And the voice on there is Morgan Freeman. Favorite actor in the world. Yeah, graphics look amazing. I love them. I mean, for the $20 file that I bought last night,
Continue straight.
made a huge difference. Just the sky textures alone. It also adjusts the lighting. Road textures are included, vegetation, all that stuff. Everything's included in that file. Oh, wait a minute, wrong gear. Where are we? Alright, nobody that way, nobody that way, we're good. Why am I having a hard time? I'm in second gear.
In 0.1 miles, turn right. Turn right.
Should have put the headgear on.
In 0.1 miles, turn right. Turn right.
See, we're just pulling out. We already hit a weight scale. Go figure. No skipping gears. Oh, we skip gears.
That was the longest night of my life.
Have you been playing DayZ? Not since I've been home, no. No, after, the first day I started to catch up on some sleep. And then, I've been working on getting this here updated. I had to update the whole Windows file and update all the games that I have in Steam and then go through all the mods, made sure that they were all working. It took me about 4 or 5 hours to download the graphics files and learn how to do it. I mean, because it's one you could download. I downloaded them in like 30 seconds, but knowing where to put them, that was a whole nother story. Morgan Freeman voice is money. Yeah, I love Morgan Freeman. I found a file where I can use his voice and add it to the navigation in this. Works out pretty good.
Continue straight.
I got my own server for PC. Me and my wife play when we're home. Nice. Nah, I'll get caught up with DayZ eventually. Right now I want to focus on this and the farm sim for now. We'll see how it goes.
Continue straight.
Continue straight. Maybe I should focus and stay on the road. Playing Farm Sim and watching you. Nice. Yeah, that's going to be my next project, is the Farm Simulator. You tell me about your new co-pilot, or should I say mascot? No, not yet. We haven't gotten into that situation yet. So maybe tomorrow I'll bring the new Trucker Al mascot. If you want, I could text you. Yeah, absolutely. Once
Continue straight.
once I get things situated, it's taken me a while. I mean, it took me a couple of days just to get this one here situated. Tomorrow's going to be, I might work on the farm sim a little bit, getting everything updated and making sure that that's all good to go, because we're going to be doing a lot of streaming, guys. If I'm getting put out on permanent disability, we're going to be doing a lot of gaming. You got rid of the cat. Wow, it's funny you say that. I know what you're talking. That took me a minute there. I'm like, wait a minute, nobody knows anything yet. So no, the cat that
Continue straight.
the cat that you guys are used to seeing is that's right here. Cat's still here. However, April and I did have to put one of the cats down today. And I don't know what happened to her, but they she ended up with this infection, and we think it was from a collar. But one of the cats, this cat was only, 5, 6 years old or whatever, but she ended up with this infection and ended up with all these sores all around her neck and all around her face. So April took her up to the vet, hundreds of dollars later, in shots and antibiotics. Bring her home, and she started to get better, but then all of a sudden, like overnight, she got like 10 times worse. And then it got to the point these sores were all bleeding. It was just very painful for the cat, very horrible. And the cat, for some reason, I've never seen or heard of a cat do this, but she started laying in the litter box, and she wouldn't come out. The cat on the dash is what I meant. Oh. But, yeah, this truck here doesn't have the cat feature for the dashboard.
Keep left. And 10, turn left.
But, yeah, so we ended up having to put that cat down today.
Turn left.
However, a few days ago, in fact, the day after I got home, we ended up getting another kitten. So, April's best friend, right around the corner, has a whole bunch of kittens. And there was one in particular that I really liked. It was orange, black, and white. And I told April, seeing that I'm going to be home permanently, that I wanted that cat. So, the day after I got home, we ended up grabbing that one. And she's definitely a daddy's girl. Skeletor, what's going on, buddy?
In 0.1 miles, turn right. Turn right.
I saw a truck when I was out on the road, and it was this candy apple. Really like the color of that truck. Now it's gonna start raining. Jax! Permanently, or did you quit again? No, permanently. Skeletor, I'm not sure if you were here in the beginning. They're, pulling my medical certificate. So now I don't have a choice. I didn't have any problems with Crete. Everything was going good. They were getting me tons of miles. I had a good truck. I had no issues with Crete at all. In fact, my last load went from San Bernardino, California to Newville, Pennsylvania. So I was definitely getting good miles. Yeah, I'm okay. It's an issue that I've had for quite some time, but it seems like the older I get, the worse it gets. So this is, in all reality, the doctors really wanted me to go out on disability back when I was 18, when this happened. And I absolutely refused it. So I went 23 years being able to work, and you know, the issue that I have, I've been able to deal with it up until recently, because it's gotten much worse. Crete pulled, or the doctor? No, Crete had nothing to do with it. Doctors pulled it. Crete really doesn't even know anything that's going on. I mean, they know, but they don't know the details. They know that doctors are pulling my medical certificate, but they don't know why. Which, once I figure out exactly what the doctors are going to do, then we'll go from there. Maybe you and April can come visit us since we will be home, right? We're going to have plenty of time on our hands. I'm heading to bed. You can call me anytime, man. Take care of yourself. Coming in with a $10 drop. Good job, buddy. I appreciate you. Yeah, I'll give you a buzz tomorrow. We'll figure out that DayZ. Come here to Wisconsin camping. It's a little cold up there now for that. Hell, I think it gets colder in Wisconsin than it does here. Orlando, what's going on, buddy?
Keep right, and in, continue straight. Continue straight.
Not now, camper is in storage, he
and
says.
in, continue straight. continue straight.
Yep. April, can you bring in the mascot? We got quite a few people in here, so we'll show everybody the new mascot. They just came out with the Freightliner Cascadia on here. Yes, I saw that. Wasn't sure if I'm gonna get one yet. I did go through and buy a couple of trucks today. I got some drivers hired, which we'll go through that in a minute. But I'll show you guys the new mascot. I don't know how she's gonna be, but I'll show you Daddy's little girl. She was sleeping? Alright, hang on, let me park. Come here, babies. That's her. Did you say hi? Can you say hi? You go say hi. So this is the new one. Oh, look at. I just absolutely freaking love the markings on this cat. Jojo baby girls, huh? You daddy's girl. You want to go over in your spot? So I do have a camera set up for her. Let me see if oh, I don't know, it's not gonna let me bring it up. Alright, so I'll figure that part out tomorrow. But I've got a camera just to set up on her. This way, when we're streaming, I'll have a kitty cam too. Yeah, so now she'll just lay over there and fall asleep. She likes to sit here and watch the computer monitors. Yeah, she's already passed out.
Keep left.
Yeah, she likes to sleep all day and then keep me up all night. That's her thing. Like last night, now normally I don't let the cats in here because of all the computer stuff. But, you know, she's Daddy's little girl, so she sleeps in bed with us. And of course, you know, as soon as Daddy falls asleep, she's got to get up. She'll crawl up my arm and then start, you know, like pawing at my face.
That was the longest night of my life.
Yeah, it was the longest night of my life too there, Morgan. I don't know. If I go camping, I'm not bringing any animals. We have an 18-year-old here in the house. That's a vacation to get away. I was telling April today, you know, having little animals like this, keeping you up all night long, I'd rather have a kid. That can't happen, so don't think about it. She keeps me up tonight, and me and this cat are gonna be fighting. Zoltan, holy crap! Haven't seen you on a live feed in forever. Are you playing in the truck or home for a break? Maybe I should have put this in the title. I have doctors that are pulling my medical card. So my truck driving career is all but completely over, I guess. Because from my understanding, they're pulling it permanently and they want me to go out on permanent disability. And I've been able to fight it for the last 23 years, but I don't think I can fight it any longer. Yeah, just so we're all aware, I didn't pick that name. That was all April's doing, to name her Xena. Eric Smith. Is that the Yeah Buddy truck? No. Yeah Buddy truck has crashed and burned, I guess. I don't know what happened with the modder, but when they updated the game, the truck no longer works. So I had to get this truck here, and then I painted all my trucks all the same color. It's going to be hard to tell now with the rain and all, but it's like a candy apple red. We'll get back there again someday. We'll get back to getting the Yeah Buddy logos on there. Wait, Zoltan says, well, your health comes first. Well, apparently it does now. I wish my MacBook was good enough to play this game. Good graphics too. Yeah, buddy. The graphics that are on here are payware. You could borrow my 3? No. Nope. First of all, your little one, little Miss Zoe, remember on video chat how she's drinking Mountain Dew? Oh, hell no. I am all set. Nope. Back to Flight Simulator on Friday nights, but I'm bummed. You're excited this time to get back out there? I thought it would last. Yeah, like I said, I had no issues with Crete whatsoever. The miles were, hell, at 1 week I even had 5,000 miles. And I'm not even exaggerating. I mean, there was a method to the madness, but I had 5,000 miles on one paycheck. My last load went from California to Pennsylvania, so I mean the miles were there. I had no issues with Crete whatsoever. But apparently doctors have an issue with me. No, I mean this game here, it doesn't take a lot to run this game. It really doesn't. However, I don't recommend playing this game off of like an Xbox 360 controller. I would definitely say you need a steering wheel, pedals, and a shifter. And those can be very, very pricey. But, I mean, I've known some people to play this game off of a Xbox 360 controller. Personally, I couldn't do it. See, this is what I mean. Look at these. We're gonna get a photo shot of this. Kendall Hersom, what's up, buddy? Alright, so let's go. Look at those storm clouds. That is a sick shot. This is what I mean about as far as like the level of detail in this payware graphics. I mean, it's just absolutely amazing. The shadows on the vegetation, the shadows on the roads. He did a damn good job with it. Definitely worth the $20. Josh Davis, seems like my MacBook isn't strong enough to play game in full capacity. I get halfway through a haul and it freezes. Then I have to reboot it and start to load all over. Are you playing with mods? That sounds like a mod problem. You might have a bad mod in there. Steve plays with an Xbox One controller. Yeah, like I said, some people can do it. Personally, I couldn't. Shit pisses me off. I need to find a cheap system to play this on. Yeah. Or you could buy a hell of a system and then you'll never have to worry about it. I mean, I got my machine there. That's a beast. I mean, hell, I'm running on what are these, 32 or 34 inch curved monitors, plus I have the 32-inch monitor up top for the stream. And then all these button boxes and controllers. I got the wheel, the shifter, the pedals, microphone, the headset, Elgato Stream Deck, side panel button box. Yep, buddy. I haven't had time to figure out how to mess with mods. I think my processor on Mac is too weak. It could be. Because I even have, crap. Oh, I wasn't even speeding. I've got the MSI laptop over here too. And I can play it on that one just as smooth as this here. So I know the game itself doesn't call for much, but maybe with all the updates that they've done since the stock game, it may end up needing a little bit more. Does the truck sim have manuals like the one you're driving, or does it have autos like the one who's driving for Crete? You can do either or. You can drive manual or autos. Gosh, David, you sitting in your truck for the night? buddy. Look at that sunset. You know, the other thing that I've noticed since they've updated to 1.39, it seems like the loads are a lot longer. Like, it takes a lot longer to get to places, which is nice because it gives it that more realistic feel. But, it's definitely extended. How did anyone get into your medical background? You had just completed a 2-year physical. Your last medical episode, your time was not up yet. It's not that anybody got into my medical background. It was my personal doctor. My personal doctor isn't the one that did the DOT physical. However, they are DOT certified. But they're not the ones that did my physical. But I have an issue. Alright, so let's get into details. I'm sure Billy's probably not here. I know he had a hard on to figure out what the hell was going on. But, I have... Let me get a straight shot here, so I can let go of the wheel. I have a major back issue. Now, my back issue is I've got 2 slip discs that go like this. When they do that, in between the discs is my sciatic nerve that goes down my right leg. So what ends up happening is when the discs shift, my entire right leg goes out. And the best way that I could describe it, everybody's had this happen. You know when your hand falls asleep, it gets real tingly, and then if you touch it, it's like super, super sensitive. I get that from my hip all the way down to my toes. Now, I had a back injury that occurred back when I was 18 years old. That's what started this mess. I've been to chiropractors, I've been to specialists, I've been to surgeons. Surgeons won't touch it. Now, 23 years ago when this happened, I was told I had a 50-50 chance of coming out in a wheelchair if I did the surgery. Now, when I met my wife, I switched chiropractors. I switched over. She introduced me to this other guy. I love this guy to death. He's an amazing doctor. The way he started it was I had to go get x-rays done. So I went, got updated x-rays. He found a birth defect in my back. What that consists of, I have no idea. I couldn't tell you. He told me it probably...
Keep right.
11 years ago, something like that, 10, 11, 12 years ago when I met him. But I couldn't remember for the life of me what the actual birth defect is. Now... Uh-oh.
That was the longest night of my life.
See? Missed a turn. So then, what ended up happening is, when this all first started, you know how when you fill out a job application, it asks you if you have any physical issues that would prevent you from doing this job or whatever? I used to be honest about it. Click yes, back injury, 2 slip discs, pinched nerve, right leg goes numb. And anytime that I was honest about it, nobody'd ever hire me. And I actually, you know, I was obviously young and stupid, but I actually had somebody ask me, why did you even put that on the application? Like it asked, I was just being honest about it. So then, you know, this way there weren't any surprises down the road. I mean, when my leg goes out, I mean, I can't even walk. Now, for years, my leg would go out maybe once a day, once every other day, if I was lucky. And it is now increased to 4, sometimes 5 times a day that my leg goes out. And what ended up happening was I was out on my way from California
And
back
then
this way.
Exit right.
I was in Flagstaff, Arizona.
Exit right.
A little bit of snow, nothing to write home about. And
In 0.1 miles. Turn left.
my leg went out. So I had to peel my leg off the gas pedal and then start driving with my left. Well, I almost lost control of the truck.
Turn left.
And when that happened, luckily enough, nobody was next to me because I would have destroyed them. I would have taken anybody out that was next to me. Car, truck, wouldn't have mattered. So, talking to my doctor about it, because like I said, it's been getting worse and worse very quickly. You know, it went from once a day to, or every other day, to now 5 times a day. And so I was talking to the doctor about it to see if maybe there's something else we can do.
Keep left. And pin.
And
Turn left.
when I explained to her that, you know, how worse it was
Turn
getting
left.
and what almost occurred, that was it. She pretty much went off on me. Hands on the wheel, April says. That's what happened with my hubby. They won't do surgery. Yeah, they won't do surgery on me either. They, I seen the chiropractor even recently, and it's been now increased to like 70-30. So now there's like a 70% chance that I can come out in a wheelchair. He said that there's not a surgeon in the country that would touch it. So, you know, and this is why, you know, I was talking to Trucker Will about it and whatnot. I understand it. I understand why she wants to do it. I understand doing it. However, it's still a hard pill for me to swallow. I mean, you're pretty much telling me that I'm not able to work. Zoltan coming in with the $3.99 drop. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate your support. So, when she told me, now, I got the call last week, and she told me she was pulling my medical card. She gave me until tomorrow, Friday, to get home. And then she said that she was going to call me first thing Friday morning to make sure that I was home, and that she was pulling the medical card. So then I got a phone call this morning saying for some reason she's out. I don't know what's going on with this doctor, but she's now out of work on Friday. And so now I'm getting a phone call Monday, late morning. And we had discussed permanent disability. She brought it up, and, you know, I explained to her that they wanted me to do that years ago, and I absolutely refused it. And she goes, well, now you really don't have a choice. So, I don't know which way I gotta go here.
Keep right. And pin. Keep left.
Thanks, Morgan. Yeah, so,
Keep left.
like she said, you know, the older I get, the worse it gets. The worse it's gonna get. Especially if I keep doing what I'm doing, as far as working and doing everything that I'm not supposed to be doing. Because I've been through everything. I've done physical therapy. I've done exercising, the stretches. I've seen the specialists, chiropractors. I mean, every time I go to the chiropractor, it's $45 a pop, and it's out of pocket because he doesn't take insurance. So I mean, I've done everything I could possibly do, and if what I'm doing is causing it to get worse, what I'm afraid of, and even everybody else, even the doctors, if the discs slip and lock up that way, I can lose my right leg permanently. And that ain't gonna happen. It sucks for sure. Sorry, that's upsetting news. Yeah. I mean, I'm still trying to wrap my head around the idea of not being able to work. I mean, I've went my whole life. I've had a full-time job since I was 13 years old. And, I mean, I didn't think about retirement. I've never, thought about retirement. Never thought about not being able to work. I mean, especially being a truck driver. I mean, I figured I'd die in a truck. But, you could plan for something and then life has a funny way of laughing at you. And so it's, like I said, just trying to wrap my head around not being able to work. However, I can come on here and go trucking. Because I'll tell you what, this is very similar to the real life. I mean, except for the bouncing around and all that stuff. It's very similar. My chiropractor charges $45 plus my Blue Cross? Oh, hell no. That's double dipping there. $65. Dude, I thought I would. Now, see, the chiropractor that I was going to, he used to charge $40, and then recently he upped it to $45, but he never takes insurance. That's all cash money. I can't afford proper medical advice, and you have to do what works for you. But chiropractors are not real doctors, so I would caution. Well, Reverend Dickey, in a sense, I kind of agree with you. However, the chiropractor that I got, I trust him with my kids. I mean, he's just an amazing doctor. I've got not one negative word to say about this guy. And like I said, I mean, he showed me right in the x-ray everything in detail, including the birth defect, which, like I said, I couldn't tell you what the hell that is or what it's doing, but it's not just the chiropractor. I mean, like I said, I've seen specialists and I've been through it all. And they told me, like I said, they told me years ago, you got a choice. Go out on disability or deal with the issues, deal with the pain, deal with your leg going out. I mean, I've been let go from jobs because of my leg. I've been down different avenues as far as trying to figure out what I can do that'll work with my leg. I mean, I've done construction work. I drove tow truck for years. I've even did office work. I was an emergency dispatcher for ADT. And even that didn't even work out because of my leg. But kind of is what it is. I mean, and now it's taken my truck driving career, which, like I said, I understand it. I mean, the last thing that I want to do is have my leg go out and me lose control of the truck, and then I take a car out with a family in it. When if I just not been stubborn and went out on disability, that family would still be alive. I'm not living with that held over my head. So, like I said, I get where the doctors and everybody are coming from. It's just, it's going to be one hell of an adjustment phase, I'll tell you that. But, luckily enough, I got April right behind me. I mean, that girl's had my back through everything. I'm not saying that what they done can't work. I'm just saying be careful. But it sounds like you found a great guy. Mine is awesome, but it sucks he is retiring at the end of the year. See, when it comes to this is where I have troubles trying to figure out what's right and what's wrong. If I don't go to the chiropractor, I almost build up a tolerance for the pain. Okay? So stay with me on this one. Say I don't go to the chiropractor for a couple of months. Or even in my case, even a couple of weeks. I can deal with the pain. I can deal with... What the hell are you people doing? See? It's like real life. You can't get any more real than this. Now, if I go to the chiropractor, yeah, when I leave there, I feel like $1 million. I feel like a brand new person. I feel 3 inches taller. I can even breathe better when I leave his office. But it's temporary. As in maybe 24 to 48 hours, I feel amazing. But after a day or two, I'm right back as if I never even went to him. In fact, it even hurts more so, because it's almost like my back is going back into its position that it wants to be in. And that could put me down 2-3 days. I can't do shit. And the other thing is, you know, for me, now the way I look at it is, okay, if I go to the chiropractor, yep, he sets my back, sets my neck, my hips, everything. It's $45 out of pocket for 2 days to feel good for 2 days. To me, I just assume stay the way that I am. I mean, it's not worth, you know, $45 to feel good for 2 days and then feel like crap for a couple of days afterwards while my back, you know, goes back to where, you know, it wants to be. It's just not worth it. You drive locally for CR England? Yeah, no. I'm all set. Zoltan, you got a thing for
Keep left.
for CR England, huh? Alright, what the hell are we doing? Really? Couldn't have just drove through the way station, huh?
This was the longest night of my life.
Those were fun videos back in the day. Yeah, it was fun making them. Freaking CR England. Yeah. Hey, man, I did good over there. I mean, say what you want about England, but I even Nip 34. If you guys watch him, Steven, Trucker Will, all three of us, we did very well over there. I mean, you wouldn't catch me dead running now for 36 cents a mile, but I almost went there back in '05. Hey, I was there a few years ago. You know, the way you got to start somewhere. I just had a guy on my last video. He commented. He said he was a student at Sierra England. So we all got to start somewhere. There's by far worse places than Sierra England. Not many, but there are. I mean, England's got all brand new trucks. They got nice facilities. They don't pay worth a shit, but, you know, and even though we can all probably sit here and say that we don't agree with the way that CR England trains their students, however, it works wonders for the trainers.
Continue straight.
Trainers make a lot of money there at England. They do very well. I mean, think about this. If you're making 36 cents a mile for every mile put on a truck for you and the student, that's really like making 72 cents a mile for the miles that you drive. That's not bad. However, yes, you have your headaches. You know, you got to get your sleep too, because we all know that when you're training a student, it's not like CR England gives you solo runs where one person can drive and the trainer can train and you can still make the load on time. No, they give you team loads. So that truck has to stay moving. So you technically have to drive your shift even though you may or may not have gotten sleep. But you still make decent money. I have a friend who's obsessed with CRST. It's much worse than England. To each his own. Exactly. Hey, you know, my father used to tell me there's an ass for every seat. And it's true. If you build it, they will come. And I mean, not for nothing. If you're an ex-convict, where else can you go? We know how CR England likes to hire ex-convicts. Is Xena still sleeping? Yep. I put her over there in her hole and she hasn't moved. So does Swift Oh, so does the Swift and Western Express? Yeah, a lot of those companies do. Now, I know in some cases, like over at Prime, if you're leasing a truck and you have a student, you're paying your student out of your money. The company's not paying them. I'm all set with that shit. Well, it's good that England gives them a second chance. True. Guaranteed career. And CR England guarantees you your license, so... Like I said, yes, CR England is known for what it's known for. However, it's not impossible to be successful there, because I did it, Nip did it, Trucker Will did it. We all did very well over there. And I'm going to be honest with you, if it wasn't for my DM transferring, because he's no longer a DM, he moved up to something else. And I had always told him, my DM over at CR England was Kerry Thurgood. Thurgood. And I always told him, I says, if you leave or whatever happens, I'm out. And he called me up a week prior to his transfer. And he told me that he was transferring and that he wasn't any longer going to be a DM. I said, well, direct me to New York.
Continue straight.
Although, I mean, I had it made over there. I mean, yeah, I was technically a trainer, but I didn't have to take a student. So if I wanted to stay solo, I could stay solo as long as I want. If I wanted a student, I'll pick one up. And then I had the most easiest run from Hershey, Pennsylvania to Laredo, Texas, back and forth, drop and hook at both ends. Running for Hershey. You couldn't get much easier than that.
Keep left.
And then in the spring, summer, and fall, if I wanted it, I could have picked up what was called the Sorrento Run, which was from Buffalo, New York to Boise, Idaho and back. Again, drop and hook both ends. So that's straight out the 80, back and forth. Spring, summer, fall, didn't have to worry about it in the winter. Wintertime, I'd pick up the other one. Go from Hershey to Laredo. I had it made over there. And I'll never forget it. My last run at England, I was at the receiver, and the lady told me that before I backed into a dock that they had to send somebody out to watch me. And I looked at her, I says, what's that about? She goes, we look at England like you guys look at Swift. I says, wait a minute, what? She goes, your last three drivers, the very last three drivers that came in before me, all hit and destroyed something. One hit a truck, one hit a yellow pole, and one hit something else. But ever since then, so now they got to send somebody out to watch an England driver back into the dock to make sure they don't hit anything. So when I backed into the dock, Nosh Powell, thanks for the subscription, buddy. Appreciate it. Welcome. When I backed into the dock, the guy looked at me and goes, man, I wish they all drove like that. I told you didn't need to be out there. But I'll never forget that when she said that to me. We look at England drivers like you guys look at Swift. It's like, no. It can't be that bad.
Continue straight.
So if someone goes to CR England, will they give someone their CDL if they don't pass? Or will they fail? That person can't pass the test. The person passing doesn't. No, what CR England does is that when they say that they guarantee your license, if you fail the road test, and I watched a lady do this 5 times, as long as if you're showing initiative that you want to learn, that you want to get your CDL, they'll keep you there. They'll keep you in the hotel, they'll keep feeding you, you know, all that. So, say for example, on Monday you road test out and you fail it. You take the next 2 days, train in the areas that you failed on, whether it's the pre-trip, the brake test, or the road test. You take the next 2 days and work at that, and then take the road test again on the 3rd day. If you fail again, you do the same thing. Take 2 days, train in that area, road test again. I watched a lady do this 5 times. On her 5th try, and this is no bullshit, on her 5th try, she technically failed it again. However, the instructor passed her anyways just to move her ahead. And I ain't even kidding. So as long as if you show initiative, now see, when I did it, I had it in my head. I have severe anxiety when it comes to testing. Whether it's on paper or a road test or any of that, I go, inside of me is going nuts. So, my rule was, that I built for myself, if I fail the road test 3 times, after the 3rd shot I'm out. I go home. Truck driving ain't for me. And I expected to fail it at least once. Even though I had my Class B license, it's much different driving a semi-truck with a 53-foot trailer than it is driving a 10-wheel dump truck. So, like I said, when I had it all in my head, I'm definitely going to fail once. I wouldn't be surprised. But if I fail 3 times, I'm done. But I ended up passing it on the 1st shot. I passed that with flying colors. Does that go with the 3 starter tests like the Gen? Knowledge, air brakes, and combos? No, that's a test that, I mean, you can take that at England, but personally, I would direct anybody to get that before you even go to England. You can go to your local DMV. I know here in New York they give them out for free. You can get the commercial books and study each section and get your permit right there at home. I don't recommend going to England to do it, because then you're there pretty much stuck studying for 8 to 10 hours a day, and then you take your test when they decide to give it to you. You could do this in the comfort of your own home. I recommend doing it there. I don't know of anybody that took their actual permit test at the company. Like I said, you could study that on your own time, in your own way, no distractions.
Continue straight.
Plus, the other thing is, make sure you can pass a DOT physical. And for anybody that's overweight, I'm like teeter-totter, boy. Let me tell you. I know how to play that game. That freaking CPAP bullshit test? I don't know if I ever told you guys the story behind that. But back in the day when I was married, my ex-wife actually looked at me and she told me straight out, word for word,
Continue straight.
if you don't get a sleep test done, I'm gonna throat punch you in your sleep. And so I went, of course, so I didn't get throat punched. Went and got a sleep test done. First time, didn't know anything about, CPAP machines or any of that crap. So afterwards, they said, okay, yeah, you need a CPAP machine. So they set me up with the machine, and now originally I just had the mask that goes around the nose. Now I'm a mouth breather when I sleep. So this little nose mask thing that they give you, that ain't gonna work for me. Because you can't open your mouth.
Continue straight.
So I ended up getting a full mask one that went around both my nose and my mouth. That one worked great. So I was on a CPAP machine for quite a while. Now, after my wife and I separated, I lost 30 pounds in the first month. I mean, stress and depression and all that crap. I mean, I dropped 30 pounds in a month. I went from 220 to 190 quick. So then, when I decided that I was going to become an over-the-road truck driver, my thing was that I'm not doing this if I have to bring out a CPAP machine. Because to me, it was just too much of a pain in the ass. Because you got to clean that thing out all the time. Every night you got to fill it up with water. And it's like, you know how much water I would have to carry on the truck? I mean, not only just for drinking, but even for that. So then, I ended up going to get a sleep test done again. I called them up and said, hey, listen, I've dropped 30 pounds and, I wanted to get another test done. So I went, had another sleep study done. And sure enough, the guy came right in. He goes, oh, no, you're all set. He goes, you don't have anything like that. He goes, you don't even need the machine anymore. Perfect. So when I went for my DOT physical, I showed him the paperwork. I'm like, yeah, I just had a sleep study done. There's none of that. And I've been good ever since. Now, I was also told that if I ever got above 220, that I would need to get retested again. And now, when I used to get tested, this is, I don't know, I haven't kept up on it. But when I got tested, they put all these different wires on your head and your face, and I mean, I looked like a freaking science project. I mean, they had to pull these wires back, put them in like a ponytail, and I mean, it was just unbelievable. I looked like Nip 34 with the dreads. So, so when I got that test done and they said that I didn't have any, that, I was good to go, that was a breath of fresh air. So, every time I've had a DOT physical, I'd bring that paperwork in and say, oh yeah, look, I was tested, I'm good. So now the doctor, I'm back up, 220-ish. And the doctors kind of look at me funny, and, they look at me, they up and down, and how you sleeping at night? Oh, I sleep like a baby. I know damn well I need the machine again. Even April tells me, she goes, oh my God, you stopped breathing in your sleep. Like, shut up, I don't want to hear that. So now if it ever comes down to where, like, I know it's close for me to do a DOT physical, I'll do my best to drop a few pounds, so I'm under 220. And then as soon as I get done with the DOT physical and I pass it, I shoot over to McDonald's, grab some food. I went to Wilson without a permit and failed. That ain't good. Yeah, that's what I said. You know, study at home and definitely take your permit test at your local DMV. Because, like I said, I know here in New York they give the commercial books out for free, and even testing is not expensive. Freaking weight scales. I could have swore somewhere. I'd have to look for it again. I might have to Google it. I believe there was a way where I can decrease the amount of times I have to go into these scales. I'll have to look into that. Because I feel like I work at freaking Crete again, where I gotta pull into every damn one of these. Look out, coming in hot. Your vehicle is not in perfect technical state. Be more careful. Yeah, whatever. Looks good to me. You want to inspect it? Oh crap. Almost bit that one. Uh-oh, Kitty's MIA. I didn't even hear her get up. I'm surprised she didn't come over and talk to me. Oh, that's right. I'm in California, so the speed limit's 55 now. Hey, April, Zena's on the loose. Oh, you have her? Okay. Enter your Cat YT. Let's play, man. What are you playing? I don't get into the multiplayer that much anymore. I mean, I used to, but I tried it again recently. In fact, I have it downloaded on here that I can do the multiplayer. But it's like playing with a bunch of 2-year-olds on there. Everybody's crashing into your truck and it's hard to do anything. Got her up so she will sleep tonight. Hey, good thinking. I didn't even hear you come in. Dude, you gonna get over? No, he's not. Much of that would be a good photo. Skeletor saying good night. He's out of here. Hey, we'll be back on tomorrow. I don't know what we're playing, but we'll be back on for sure. I'd like to get more of the truck. There we go. Nice shot. Let's get rid of the blur. Yeah, buddy. Now I gotta find a way to pull them off of here so I can put them onto the computer. I need to up this game and play this weekend. I'll get my whiskey out and I'll be prepared for the stream. Yeah, buddy. That's alright. They pull my medical card and make this a permanent ordeal. I can't drink, but I can do other things. Yeah, buddy. The only reason why I can't drink is because of my stomach. But I could do others. I don't have to worry about piss test anymore. We're gonna have some fun. What do they call it? Wake and bake? We're gonna stream and bake.
Keep right. And then exit right.
Alright, Morgan.
Exit right.
Hey, we ought to be getting close to where we gotta go. Where were we going? Oh, San Fran. Yeah, we ought to be close. Reefer. Yeah, we got the reefer on there. Whoa. Freaking love that color though. He says, go figure. Hey man, I've always been a reefer man. I sleep better with the reefer. I gotta get somebody to make a YouTube video that's just a reefer running, so I can play it at night and go to sleep. Just give me like a 1 minute clip of it. I can put it in my editor and just copy it over and over and over again. Let it run for like an hour. I'll pass right out. You really need to create another Facebook page. Put your updates on there and have a place where people can ask you questions. I could. Zoltan, I'll have to think about that one. I could. And leave it strictly for the gaming. I could do that. And it's, you know, I did that a couple months ago. And of course, you know, I had people I didn't want. And the other problem that I had was Messenger, which if I do a Facebook account, I'm not including Messenger. Man, that went nuts. I'll bet you 6, 7, 8 times a day I would get video calls, voice calls from people all over the place. Hey, look it. I used to get those all the time when I did that, so I might fire it back up. Especially now that I'm going to be doing this on a permanent basis. It's not a bad idea. I'm going to be spending a lot of time on this pooter. Oops, wrong button. Let's see how much further we got. 287 miles. Look at the shadows on the side of the rocks. This guy did an amazing job with the graphics on this. He says wrong button. Yeah, I know.
Continue straight.
Well, brake check. Hey, I just bought a new Mac. I hired a driver to drive it, but I added Macs to the fleet. I was thinking about getting one of the new Freightliners, but I'm kind of sick of the Freightliners. I've always been a fan of the Peterbilts, which is why I drive one on here. I freaking love this truck. I even love how it sounds. No, I think it's a Kenworth. No, it's definitely a Peterbilt. I also found out I've got to find one. I haven't really looked too hard for it, but I want to look into maybe even the Western Stars.
Continue straight.
Yeah, this is a Peterbilt, Kendall. The joys of mods.
Continue straight.
Look at this idiot. Question should be how long until Truck Sim blows up this truck?
Continue.
Yeah, usually when they do the updates, it kind of kills all the mods. But usually it's quite temporary. Usually the modders can update them almost as fast as SCS updates the game. But this particular truck here, where I got it from, it should automatically update with the game. We'll see how that works out. This way I don't run into the same problems I did with my last truck. Because that modder fell off the face of the earth. I have no idea what happened, but when they started updating the game, all of a sudden the frame disappeared on the truck. And so now if you're sitting there looking at the truck, the only thing you see is the drive shaft. That's it. There's no frame, no nothing. So we got rid of that one, and
In 0.1 miles, turn right.
yeah, I found this one here and set it up very similar to the way that I had the other one.
Turn right. In 0.1 miles, turn left. Turn left.
Really? Look at this idiot. Oh, come on. Swear it gets more and more realistic. Would you haul intermodals if it had a reefer? Hey, I got a couple of dry vans on there. I could buy a flatbed. We'll get into it. Stick with me. We'll grow the business together. Maybe that'll be the next trailer I buy. Maybe I'll buy a flatbed. We could even do triples. We'll see. We'll get into it. Wonder if I could buy a tanker. Buy a tanker and paint it the same color. That'd be pretty sweet. We'll have to look into that. Yeah, buddy trucking. YBT. We're gonna stop and get fuel. That looks tough. Let's see. Trucker Al Transportation. TA Transportation. Really? Apparently they're in a hurry. Watch this. Two could play that game. Very good graphics on here since you downloaded that file. Yeah, like I said, check them out. JBX Graphics. That is a beautiful truck. Yeah, buddy. We'll get back into skinning the truck. We'll get back into skinning it for sure. We'll get a logo made up and we're gonna get into depth with this. Especially now that I've got nothing but time. Ever get pulled over by the virtual police? On here, yeah. They don't pull you over, you just hear the light sirens and they give you a $700 fine for speeding. I get it quite often. I still like the purple. Yeah, I know. The purple truck was a nice looking truck though.
Continue straight.
Yeah, we're almost to the receiver.
Continue straight.
I can't call him Sam anymore. Now we got Morgan. Oh, it's daylight out. We can turn the lights on. Woo. Think we'd stay in your own lane? We're gonna have to see your virtual driver's license. My dog ate it. Mr. Q-Ball, I presume? Hey, don't hate. Some women like it bald. Mine does. Eric Smith.
Keep right.
Wasn't there a
And
serial
then
killer
exit
named
right.
that?
Exit right.
Little red-headed ugly kid?
Turn left.
You shut up. I Shybeck. I was Shybeck then. Yeah. Seriously, I'm sure you've Googled your name before. If you Google up Eric Smith, I guarantee you that's the first picture that's going to pop up. I'm not important enough to look up my own name. I'm telling you, you're gonna see a little ugly red-headed kid who's a serial killer.
In 0.1 miles. Turn right.
You say so, Morgan.
Turn right.
But he's bald now and a red beard. That's what happens with age. That and Hereditary. I know mine was. My grandfather was bald, my father went bald at a young age, I went bald at a young age, and I'm sure as shit my son will go bald at a young age. Yeah, yeah, you're younger than me. That name has always stuck with me because one of my best friends growing up was a kid named Tim Smith. And he looked a lot like Eric Smith. Red hair and all. Killed a 93, he was 13. Killed a 4-year-old. Oh yeah. See? She's all over Google. Yeah, how much further we got here? 30 miles. Be there in just a minute. I wonder if we're going over the Bay Bridge there. Wow, look at that. There's a shot. Yeah, buddy. Haddock Floyd. She says, Eric, how old are you? He's 40. Are all the trucks like the one you're driving? Are those all manuals in real life? Typically, yeah. The older Peterbilts, yeah.
Keep right. And then turn right. Turn right.
Yeah, this looks like it'll be fun. Wow, we had that all day.
In 0.1 miles, turn right. Turn right.
Alright, we're...
You've arrived. It's been my honor and duty to see you through this mission.
It's been my honor and my duty to see you through this mission. This is where they want to unload me, huh? '97 Peterbilt's a 10-speed? Nice. I like the 10 speeds. I used to drive, I think it was an '02 Peterbilt 10-speed. You ain't kicked no better pocket than that. Yeah, buddy. That's where they're going to unload this. Only in American Truck Simulator, guys. Alright, so we're going to cut the stream here. We'll be back tomorrow. I'm not sure. Well, you can hear the boat horns. Neat. So, that's not at all what that sounded like either. That shit was not me. Yeah, we'll be back on here tomorrow. Probably with American Truck Simulator. And then over the course of tomorrow and the weekend, I'm going to get the farm sim back up and running as well. I know April's got some shit to do on there as well. We'll see how that goes. That's that. So I will see you guys tomorrow.